So there are a lot of people who watch gun content here on YouTube that believe when a company sends out a gun to a content creator that that gun is hand-picked. And we are getting the best of what they have to offer. Well, today we're going to prove that that is just not the case. So let's dive right into the first shots with the Retay RXP22. So first off, I want to get a few things out of the way real quick. Retay did send this RXP22 out to the channel for me to do a review on. And I also want to give a big shout out to Pursuit Armory. They are a local gun store right here in my hometown, and they are handling all the FFL transfers for the channel. And the last thing, this is not a hit piece against Retay. In fact, it's the exact opposite. It's like a good comeback story. And who doesn't like a comeback story? Now, if you have not watched the unboxing video that I put out on this gun, I would suggest that you go back and watch that first. I will link it in the description below and at the end of this video. And the reason I want you to watch the unboxing video first is because we went over everything that comes in the box, all the specs, all the features, the optic mounting system on this gun. It was all covered in the unboxing video. What we're going to be doing in this video is going over the first shots, my first impressions of this gun, and all the problems I had with this gun. So with all that out of the way, I'm going to roll in some footage because things did not start out very good with this gun. Failed to pick a round up. Stovepipe. Failure. Didn't pick up a round again. Now the trigger's dead with the hammer back. We got a round in there. All right, here we go. All right, trigger's dead again. Okay, dead trigger again. Man, I don't know about this gun. That time I had to flip the safety and flip it back off. Ran all the golden bullets. It just does not want to fire in single action every time. I either have to drop the hammer or sit there and mess with the safety. I don't know. Let's see how it runs suppressed. Honestly, I don't think I can recommend this gun. It's just got way too many quirks. All right, we're gonna try the CCI Quiet 22 semi-auto. I got 10 rounds loaded up in 2 different mags. Gonna insert the mag. I got the safety on. We're gonna rack the slide. Now we're gonna put the safety off. Let's see how it does. All right. Failure to pick up the next round. Okay. Light primer strike. All right, that's a no-go with the semi-auto Quiet 22. I'm really starting to hate this gun. Well, as you can see, I was having multiple issues with this gun. I was getting a lot of failure to feed. And before you decide to light up my comment section and ask what kind of ammo was I using, it had nothing to do with the ammo. Because all the ammo that I ran on day 1 when I was having issues with this, I ran that same ammo on day 2, which we're going to go over the menu in a little bit of everything that I fed this gun. The other issue I was having was quite a few stovepipes. And the worst part was the dead trigger. This gun is a double action, single action. And when you rack the slide, well, it's in single action. And the trigger would not work. I had to do a bunch of stupid things to get it to work. Flip the safety on and back off. Drop the hammer on a live round, which I did not like doing, and then fire it in double action, and then it would start to shoot in single action. And then finally, the trigger just quit working altogether. And that's when I had enough. I packed up the gun, jumped in my truck, and I came home. But now this is where the story takes a turn for the better. As soon as I got to the house, I called customer service. Now, I wanted to call customer service first before I reached out to my rep. Now, they did not answer the phone. I left a voicemail, but I got a call back in less than 15 minutes. And I told the guy on the phone, who was very nice and very professional, all the issues I was having with this. And he said that this was an issue that he'd seen before, so I was going to have to send the gun back. Now, I gave him all my information, and within 5 minutes, they emailed me over a return label. They did pay for the shipping to ship the gun back, and they only had this gun for 2 weeks, and it was back in my hands. And this is where everything changed, because when I got back to the range on day 2, this was a completely different pistol. All right, here's what we got on the menu today for the RXP22. We're going to run some CCI AR Tactical. This stuff runs amazing in my Taurus TX22, and this is what we're going to shoot our 10-shot groups with unsuppressed. Then we've got our 38 grain arms core. Then we've got the Remington Golden Bullets. We've got the 38 grain CCI Blazers and the 38 grain Aguila. Now let's go over all the ammo we're going to run suppressed. We've got Winchester Super Suppressor. Then we have the CCI Suppressor. We also have the CCI Quiet 22 Semi-Auto. Then we've got the Remington Subsonic. This is something new I haven't shot in any of my guns yet, the Federal American Eagle 45 grain Subsonic. And last we have the CCI Subsonic 22LR. That is a 40 grainer. All right, I'm getting tired of loading 10 rounds at a time. I got the 18 rounder out, and we've got 18 rounds of CCI Blazer loaded up. Let's see if it runs. Ran them all. All right, so let's talk about how I've got this gun set up. Now, for the optic, I chose to go with the original Gideon Optics Judge. This is the green dot version. I also threw the Olight PLX on here, and the suppressor I have on here right now is the anechoic Pipsqueak. And we also ran the anechoic 22X on this gun. Now, I ended up running a mag full of CCI Blazer through this, a mag of Aguila, and a mag of Arms Core, because I wanted to make sure I was not going to have any more issues with this gun. And the gun was running flawless, unsuppressed. So once I got used to shooting the gun again, I wanted to shoot some 10-shot groups. And I was using the CCI AR Tactical. And again, that ammo was running flawless in this gun. Now the groups, they weren't the best, but I was keeping all my shots in the A zone at 10 yards, and I was pretty happy with that. Now, one thing that I really liked about the RXP22 is how the gun feels. And we talked about this in the unboxing video. This gun comes with weighted magazines, and that's why they call it a training pistol, because when you grab this gun, it kind of feels like you're grabbing a 9mm. It's not super lightweight like my Walther P22 or my Smith & Wesson 22X. And having that extra weight, and being that this gun is chambered in 22 long rifle, it shoots incredibly flat. Now the gun feels really good in my hand, as long as the magazine's in it. I've got pretty big hands, and if I don't have the mag in it, I don't have anywhere to put my pinky finger. But once the mag's in the gun, I can get a full grip on it, because that base plate's got a little bit of an extension on it, and then when I go to grab the gun, it pushes my hand up and gives me a nice high grip on this. So I decided it was time to shoot this gun suppressed, and I wanted to see if it was going to group the same, or if my point of impact was going to shift a little bit with the suppressor on it. And I saw no difference in my groups that I shot unsuppressed than I did with the suppressor. And again, the gun ran flawless. I ran 4 mags of the Winchester Super Suppressor through it, and they all ran without any issues. And the gun makes a really good suppressor host. But out of all that suppressor ammo I showed you earlier in the video, there was one that did not work. And it was the same ammo that didn't work on day one. And that was the CCI Semi-Auto Quiet. It just doesn't have enough charge to cycle the slide on this. So keep that in mind. If you're going to run this suppressed, you don't want to go with the CCI Semi-Auto Quiet. But the Remington, all the other CCIs, the Winchester Super Suppressor, and that Federal 45 grain, it all ran flawless. In fact, after day 2 and almost 500 rounds, I only had 3 malfunctions. 2 of those were with the CCI Semi-Auto. And the only other malfunction I had with it was when I was running it unsuppressed with the Remington Golden Bullets. So now let's talk about your optic options with this gun. We went over all this in the unboxing, but you can direct mount an optic with the RMR footprint or the RMSC footprint. But it also comes with a mounting plate that will give you the option to mount other optics, like say the Delta Point Pro footprint, if you don't have an optic that has the RMR or RMSC footprint. Just keep in mind, no matter what route you decide to go, if you mount an optic, you are going to lose the rear sight. But let's talk about optics, because I did have an issue with this gun even after I got it back from Retay. And that's going to lead into why this Gideon Optics Judge is on here. The Gideon Optics Judge is a very small and very lightweight optic. Now, I had a brand new optic come in from Gotar, the EP20, which has an RMR to acro plate that you have to mount on the slide, and then you mount the optic to that plate. And this gun would not cycle with subsonic ammo with that big, heavy optic on there. So that's something that you're going to want to keep in mind, is probably an enclosed emitter dot with the acro footprint where you got to use a plate. Probably not going to work very well on this gun. So if you're optic shopping for this, get an RMSC footprint dot or a lightweight RMR dot, and you're going to be just fine. So now let's get into the pros and cons of the Retay RXP22. And we've pretty much already gone over the cons. The whole first part of this video was a big con until I got the gun back. But there are a couple other things that I want to mention. In the unboxing video, I told you that this comes with 2 13-round mags. And these are the weighted magazines. So these are a metal mag. They do have a plastic follower and a plastic base pad. But when they sent the gun to me, they sent it with the California compliant mags. So once I got out to the range and started loading these up, well, they only hold 10 rounds, which kind of sucks. I wish they would have sent me the 13-rounders. So if you decide to order this pistol, make sure that you're getting the 13-round mags if you live in a state where you can have these, because there is an option for 10-rounders or 13-rounders. And then you also have the option, if you want to go on their website, you can get this 18-round mag. And this magazine ran flawless, just like those 10-rounders. Now, this mag is pretty light. It is made out of polymer. Everything on this magazine is polymer. But like I said, I had 0 issues with it. And if you've got really big hands, well, this is the mag for you, because I've got all kinds of room with this one. My next con that we haven't talked about with this gun is the fact that there are 0 ambi controls on this. Now, I have heard that you can reverse the magazine release, and I've had this tore down, and I haven't been able to figure out how you do that yet. And in the instruction manual, there's nothing there on how to do that. And as far as your slide stop, slide lock, slide release, whatever you want to call it, it's only on this side of the gun, and the same with the manual safety. And I know the question's going to come up, is the manual safety also a decocker? And no, it is not. One other con with this, and you can't see it right now because I have a light on here, but if you go back and watch the unboxing video, this only has a 1-slot accessory rail on it, like a Glock. Now the PLX is adjustable. You can slide it back and forth, so it's not a big deal depending on what light you use. But I really wish they would have put at least a 2 or a 3-slot accessory rail on this. And if you do decide to put a light on this gun, you are going to have to use the Glock keyway. Now my last con with this gun is the double action trigger. It's bad. It's super heavy, and we talked a lot about it in the unboxing video. Now the single action on this is pretty nice. It's got a really nice crisp break. The reset on it, it's pretty long. I wasn't really feeling it in the unboxing video, but once I got it out to the range, I actually started to really like the trigger in this gun, as long as it's in single action. So I know it's starting to sound like I'm really bashing this gun, but I really do like this pistol. Now, when I pick this gun up, it just kind of has a premium feel to it. When I pick up the Smith & Wesson 22X or my Walther P22, they're just really lightweight, and they just kind of feel like a toy. Where when you grab a hold of this, just like I said earlier, it's like picking up a 9mm pistol. It's got a really nice weight to it. The next pro with this is the Optic mounting system. It's awesome. There are very few slides out there that you can direct mount an RMSC footprint dot or an RMR footprint dot to. And I thought it was pretty cool, even though I don't like Optic mounting plates, that they threw a plate in there so you even have more options for different footprints on optics. My next pro with this, the magazines. The magazines are extremely easy to load. Yes, I would have much rather had the 13-round mags than the 10-rounders, but they are very easy to load. Even the 18-round mag is easy to load. And I like how they put the assist on the 10-rounders and the 13-rounders, and they even put that assist on the 18-rounder. The other pro with this gun is it's very easy to take down for cleaning and maintenance, and same putting it back together. I showed you how to do all that in the unboxing video. And my last pro with this gun, it makes a great suppressor host. Being that it has a fixed barrel, it shoots pretty accurate with a suppressor on it. And one more pro with this gun, and not so much the gun, but the company. The customer service was amazing. And I get it. Guns are going to break. You're going to get a lemon once in a while. And I want to be able to count on that customer service if I call them, that they're going to take care of the issue for me. And they went above and beyond to do that. So the question is, do I recommend the Retay RXP22? And I'm going to say yes. And here's why. Customer service was great. The gun didn't work correctly out of the box. They took care of the issue right away. I also have other friends here on YouTube that have this gun. In fact, I'm going to link a couple of my buddies' review videos down in the description below, and you can go check them out. They didn't have any issues with theirs right out of the box. And I want to continue to work with Retay. I hope this video doesn't upset them too bad, but I've got to be honest with my subscribers and let you know the issues I had, and hopefully they will understand that, because I just did a review on the Retay RA1522, and that's probably going to be one of my favorite guns of 2026. And Retay's got another gun out that I'm really excited to get my hands on, and that's the Ascend. And even if Retay is upset with me after this video and they don't want to send it out for me to review, I'm going to buy it anyway. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.